You're about to step into a world of pure imagination. A collection house built room by passionate individuals who truly love what they collect. Today, we are visiting someone in the entertainment industry here in California where the entire family doesn't just collect, they live it. This isn't just a house filled with many collections. It's a place where imagination, nostalgia, and passion turn everyday life into a world of pure wonder. But this is more than the poster. What is this? Explain this. It's number 325 of 500.
This was given to people who worked on the show.
Yeah, you did it.
So I started and it just got out of hand.
All right, Ricky and I are going to probably one of the most unique hunts ever in our entire life. This is something we've never done, so this is gonna be nuts. Ricky and I have known a family at the swap meet for years that has been going for years and years and years and years. But there's something you may not know about them. They all work at one of the most famous theme parks in the world, Knott's Berry Farm. So our friend Jeff has been a producer at Knott's Berry Farm for about 20 years now. And he's one of those guys where every weekend when we see him at the swap meet, him and his family, they're always picking up the coolest things. So today we got invited to an amusement park leader to look at years and years and years of what a wild collection could look like. How many times have you been to Knott's Berry Farm in your life, you think?
Oh, probably at least like 20, at least 20.
Okay. It's funny because I've been saying it like my entire life. Obviously, we live right next to Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm are right next to each other. I've always been more of a Knott's Berry Farm guy. I like the old ghost town, the old Western look, the cowboy feel.
Yeah.
It's more my vibe. All right, so we're here, Ricky. What do you think he's gonna have?
I think it's gonna be like a cool, like, you know, like a dinosaur ride where you just sit in a roller coaster and you kind of just go around.
Ricky, I hate to break it to you. We said he works at Knott's, we're going to Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh.
We're walking in. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, you guys live in a collection. Look at this. This is your living room.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the living room.
I mean, I immediately walked in and like, it couldn't have been a cooler walk-in for me. It was right to this. As we're walking into the house, I'm realizing this couldn't be a better start. I'm seeing all of this Pee Wee Herman stuff, like literally as you turn the corner, before you even get into the home. Is that signed by Paul Rubens?
Yes.
Wow.
No way.
I actually knew Paul pretty well. He was friends. Yeah, you can tell the story. I don't want to.
Yeah, Paul was a friend of mine. He was a big fan of Knott's Berry Farm, Elvira. They were good friends, Cassandra Peterson, and I was his liaison at the park for years. So I would walk him around the park 8 to 10, 12 hours sometimes. So he became a friend, and he would just send me things.
Awesome. What is your actual job at Knott's? In the video, I was like, he does, I'm not exactly sure, but I know they're all Knott's Berry Farm people.
Yes, we are.
Show director. So if you've seen a show at Knott's Berry Farm in the last 20 years, more than likely I had something to do with it. I helped write it, or I wrote and directed it, or I directed it, or I did dialogue punch up or stuff. So I write Peanuts characters, monster shows.
Knott's Berry Farm is such a underrated theme park. It's one that I've been going to ever since I was a kid. And we live very close to Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland. They're very close to each other, but I've always had a special place in my heart for Knott's.
K is for kids, and kids are for Knott's, 'cause Knott's got lots to do.
It's also funny that Knott's Berry Farm kind of started by accident. Knott's used to be like a berry farm and they had a bunch of chicken dinners, and there was always long lines for Mrs. Knott's chicken dinners that led Walter Knott, the person who started Knott's Berry Farm, to add real Old West buildings to entertain guests, thus creating one of America's earliest theme parks before most amusement parks even existed. So this is a good time to ask for tickets.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
That's right. Christmas is when everyone asks, and Dusty just got our last big chunk.
Dusty can kiss mine. So what caught my eye when I was walking in, and this is the first time I'm kind of breaking free of the Paul Rubens Pee Wee area. Do you like R2-D2?
Big fan of our R2 units, yes. So we have lots of R2 units. I have a friend, his name is Joe. He worked on the Back to the Future time machine, restoring it.
Wow.
And he offhand told me one time, he goes, you know, Jeff, I have an entire shelf of R2 units. And I was like, I want a shelf of R2 units.
Yeah, you did it.
So I started and it just got out of hand.
It's so hard to like put my eye somewhere in this house because it's like I'm seeing the Star Wars, like so much of it. I'm seeing so much Transformers. I rarely see people with this much Indiana Jones stuff.
Big Indiana Jones fan.
Fun fact, Indiana Jones is afraid of snakes, largely in part that Harrison Ford in real life is actually afraid of snakes as well. The fear was written into the character after Harrison Ford mentioned it during filming.
Fantastic.
So our oldest son is named Luke Skywalker. On his birth certificate,
No
he was born January 25th, 1997 when the movie came back out in the theater for its anniversary. So the news came to the hospital and covered it all. And but he loves his name, Luke Skywalker Tucker.
He used to take his birth certificate
Everywhere to prove it.
Because everyone would be like, "That's not true. Your name isn't Luke Skywalker," and he'd whip out the birth
Literally, it is.
certificate.
Not true.
I'm Indiana.
This one is Austin, Indiana. I fought for Indiana Jones, but Austin Powers came out the year he was born, and Jeff got wrapped up in the mania, so he became Austin, Indiana instead of Indiana Jones.
You're already seeing what I was talking about earlier. This family is so unique and quirky and fun. I love these people. You guys are wild. You guys are
Interesting.
the weirdest cool people I know. Look at all this cool Back to the Future stuff too, Ricky.
Ooh, that is cool.
So your main love is Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is my main thing.
That's actually what I wanted to ask, because when you see collectors like this, your brain start to like wrap your head into what they're into. But when there's so much, it's like, where is your number one love?
Star Wars family, but he pulls to that Back to the Future.
I grew up Star Wars generation. They taught us to, Kenner said, collect them all. So we did. Over 100 figures from 1978 to 85. I collected everything. But then Star Wars ended. It went away. People don't understand, like, franchises were allowed to go away back then. And then I saw Back to the Future when I was 13, and that changed my life. I wanted to be a writer. I was obsessed with the movie. Nothing to collect. Wow. In 1985, there's nothing to collect. So over the years, I've put together a really big Back to the Future collection.
Yeah.
But it's all weird stuff because only recently has there been merchandise for Back to the Future. Back to the Future had no toys. So this is the first actual item you could get for Back to the Future. You had to mail away raisins to get this.
And he did it.
California Raisins had a partnership with the film. They're in the movie. So the raisins are on Old Red the Bum's bench that he's sitting on. Okay. So they were not very happy with him, but they did make Marty's truck as a toy. So I got this in 85 by sending in raisins. And then I discovered later in life that there was a variant, so I had to get the variant.
As collectors, it's so easy to say I simply love this property or this IP and say that I'm super into collecting for this. But Jeff lived it. I mean, he wrote books. Literally, he wrote books about his time being younger and sneaking onto sets, and he has the pictures to prove it.
This is me at part 3. As you can see, I'm very official. I am a moviegoer.
I love that.
In case you didn't know.
Hanging out with people on the show and actresses in it. I mean, this is something that he not only collects, but you can tell it's a true passion within his life, and I super respect that.
That's a T off of the license plate when it was on display a few times. Everybody scavenged parts of it, so I feel terrible, but a lot of us did, and they're all replaceable, but that is off of the car from the film.
Gosh.
This is the buttons from the movie. First logo says it's coming out the 19th. Yeah. Revised. They said the movie's so good, put it out for the July 4th weekend and fix the logo.
All right, what room are we going to next?
Hers is the easy.
All right, wait, we gotta give you a microphone. What is this, teen heartthrob room?
Pretty normal.
Taking a quick break to talk about something so awesome. This is the Hovsko Hovkart e-bike. Now, e-bikes are something we love in my household. It's something we use all the time. We have a family of kiddos and all of us who live right by the beach, and we take bikes down to the beach all the time. One of my favorite things about this bike is simply how nice the bike looks. This is not an e-bike you're ever gonna be like embarrassed of riding around. It's sleek, it looks cool, and it also looks a little masculine, which is what I like. I know there's different colors and all that jazz, so you can choose what you want, but this look and this layout is beautiful. Now, being called the Hovkart, why the Hovkart? Well, there are a few different options for what you can put back here. I myself have it laid out as you see, with your feet rest right here for the kiddos or anybody who wants to sit on the back. Also, there's literally carts that I also have as well, but I don't have hooked up, but I'll show you pictures where you can put different things back here, which is what we love because I can send some of my kiddos to the store to grab some groceries or some surf items that we may need. Handlebar area is clean, laid out nice, shifters, gear, brakes work nice and smooth, and overall, everything is laid out perfectly on this bike. If you have never ridden an e-bike, this is your time to try one. I'm telling you, Hovsko is gonna hook you up, and also, it's just beautiful. You're gonna look awesome, you're gonna have a good time, and it's gonna be super beneficial to your life. I will leave links down below. Make sure to check out everything in the description box. Thank you so much to Hovsko for sponsoring this video. I truly do appreciate this awesomeness. What is this, teen heartthrob room?
Pretty normal. The only like weird thing about me is probably the Littlest Pet Shop collection and the Star Wars collection.
And
That's
not
like
even
the
all of
least
it.
normal thing about me. But Littlest Pet Shops are cool. I collected them when they came out the year I was born, and so everyone got them for me. And then I kept growing up, and people kept getting them for me. And still to this day, I think there are Littlest Pet Shops under the tree for Christmas.
Yes, there are.
Gotta admit, I've never met someone that's super into collecting Littlest Pet Shop, which I've also learned is the cool way to say it is just calling it LPS. So you're not as obsessed as the family. You're just
I think
slightly
the
getting into
difference
it.
is like my family.
Don't use the 500 in bins.
You need to zip it, ma'am. Look, I'm normal. But what I'm trying to say is my family will pick one thing and that'll be their thing. Like Austin got into Shrek when he was 4 and that's the only thing he's ever liked ever.
What I also think is funny is she's like clearly like, I don't collect like you guys. I'm not a crazy collector, but she's obviously still, she has the bug. She has the bug for collecting.
I like things for about 2 months and then I like a new thing.
Got it.
So if you're wondering, currently I'm really into Star Wars, but that's probably because I just watched Star Wars. So we'll see, come back in a couple months, I don't know what I'm gonna be into. But the only real constant has been those little toy cats, and I've always liked George Michael. That's like my only 2 things.
I can see.
Yeah, I love George Michael.
All right, people, where am I going? I see
Singer from V.
I see 2 very different colors if I look left or if I go straight.
Yeah.
We're either going to a pink room or a green room. On to the next room. We don't know what it is. We just said, you guys guide us to the next room, whatever that may be. We trust your family's house of wackiness.
All right, all stars, welcome to my swamp.
Oh my, dude. Oh my gosh.
Insane Shrek obsession.
How long have you been heavily into Shrek?
I would say since I became an adult. It's something that I wanted to capture a sense of nostalgia. You know what? Actually, this is a good segue. So, here's me when I was 4. My mom did that at the Walmart photo studio, and it probably wasn't cheap. So God bless her. I mean, seriously. And what strikes me so much about this photo is it was 2020. I was going through old family photos, and I saw this photo, and it stuck out to me because in so many childhood photos, I am eternally sad. I was just so sad as a child, and in any of the Shrek-related photos, I have the biggest smile on my face.
Got it.
So I have stacks of these childhood photos of me with Shrek toys and plush, and it's crazy. And I feel like a lot of movies that you liked as a kid don't really age that well. The Shrek movies have aged like fine wine.
It's no way to behave in front of a princess.
Holy Shrek room. I was not expecting this. I knew Austin liked Shrek, but I didn't know what we were going to see in this room.
Have you watched all 4 Shrek movies lately?
Yes.
Even
They are awesome.
I even this morning bought Donkey's Christmas on DVD sealed.
Donkey's Christmas Spectacular.
There- see?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
knows.
He knew exactly what
If
it was.
Fiona was real, would you go for it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, who would?
What version?
What about Donkey?
Well, okay, we gotta be honest. Okay, when it comes to Fiona, ogress only, no human Fiona.
Okay. It's funny because when I thought a bunch of Shrek all over, I was thinking the greens would look kind of ugly, but I think this room actually pops and looks super sick.
When the Shrek movies came out, they were a little hesitant to market Princess Fiona I don't know if it was green or the fact that they were nervous to market a plus-size princess, but so a lot of the merchandise only features Fiona as a human. So one of the things I've bumped into when I collect Shrek is it's actually very difficult to find merchandise of Fiona in her ogress form.
Really?
Which is the version I prefer. She's a human on the backpacks, the school supplies, all of the stuff.
This is creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
The babies, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Do these like stare at you when you're sleeping?
Pretty much, yeah.
What, Ricky, go
The
ahead.
Bronco. That's the best scene in that movie.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
running with a Ford
stallion,
Bronco.
baby. Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you, what do you think your weirdest object is that is Shrek related? I saw this and thought the Shrek
The
toast.
toaster's pretty odd. It prints Shrek on the toasts. But that's actually a newer item. I would say my personal favorite piece, if you want to go back here, is this statue of Shrek and Fiona. This was given to cast and crew that worked on Shrek Forever After. I think they only made like 500 of them. You had to be like a exceptional animator, and they picked you, and it's like numbered and everything on the bottom. One of the things I really like is assembling a full set of Shrek action figures in scale, and for Fiona as an ogress here, this figure was only released in France. She was only available from a fast food chain in France called Quick.
Hey,
And that was the only way to get that figure.
can I have this?
Become one with the ogre.
Seeing how much Austin really loves Shrek and the Shrek property is really, really, really cool.
You know, Shrek is one of those characters, he's like a lifestyle brand. He's kind of like Garfield or Pac-Man in the sense that they make everything, whether it's, you know, bedding or plush or something as silly as like a bag of M&Ms. This isn't even the regular bag. This is Fiona's favorites.
What I respect about it the most too is it's easy to maybe say, why would you collect Shrek? Or why would you collect this or that, right? Many people who don't collect or collect other things look at certain things other collectors collect and think, wow, that's so stupid. Why would you collect that? Why would you collect stamps? Why would you collect coins? Why would you blah, blah, blah? Collecting isn't cool because others like it. Collecting is cool because you like it. And seeing Austin's love for this, freaking loving this.
What's Fiona?
Hey, what's your
What
channel
can I
name?
say?
What's your channel name?
Austin the Brimstone. So look up Austin the Brimstone if you want to learn all about collecting Shrek. I talk extensively, quite extensively, about the many action figures, plush, and items they have made over the years.
This is the part where you run away.
Wow, Ricky, I feel very Shrek has love, Shrek has life right now.
I thought I was a collector.
Yeah.
Man, I'm way behind.
Can we walk in now?
Yeah, you can come in. I just feel really bad because like
Wow, look at all these
I have
dolls.
Christmas presents everywhere right now.
Holy mo poppy. Look at these.
This is my first though. You know, we all said we have our thing.
Yeah.
So American Girl doll is my thing.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I have over 100 American Girl dolls. Starting with the historical dolls, and then all of the Girl of Today's. These are all truly me's, the ones that can kind of look like you or just be fun numbers to pick out and stuff. I have doubles of a few, like the Samantha up here is my favorite. So I have an original, like the early 80s Pleasant Company before American Girl. She has a white body because she was made before they changed the color of the cloth. So she's my rarest and my favorite. And then we have like the Mattel version because Pleasant Company was bought by Mattel.
When American Girl launched in 1986, the founder Pleasant Rowland believed parents, not kids, made the buying decisions. So instead of flashy toy ads, she ran full-page magazine ads aimed at adults, emphasizing educational value, literacy, and historically accurate storytelling. The dolls were positioned as learning tools, with 6-book series about each character's life, struggles, and time period. This strategy was unusual for the toy industry and helped American Girl gain trust from parents, teachers, and even libraries, which is a big reason the brand grew so fast and became culturally respected, not just popular. What's like a rare American Girl doll go for? Like one of your rarer, or rarest if you want to divulge.
Okay, so they can go, here's a good one. This is Sonali. So I bought her at Golden West Swap Meet. I paid $15 for her. She sells for about $700.
Wow.
You don't come across her very often. And there's many like that. This one right here is my second favorite. She sells about $400. She's a number 4 by Pleasant Company. So early on.
As someone who's always out of the swap meets and collecting things, I always knew some American Girl dolls were valuable. But what I'm kind of learning here is most American Girl dolls are valuable. So that's really cool for me. Seeing all these different rooms has become so beneficial for us too, because we're learning things to keep an eye out for. Heck, we were looking up Littlest Pet Shop stuff, and I was like, holy cow, some of these are worth good money. So good to kind of keep your eyes open and not, kind of shove off some collections. This is freaking awesome.
So like this is the bakery for Grace. Grace's 2016 Girl of the Year. This one right here is the exact one that was on display at the Grove.
The whole thing went with it?
No, just her.
Just her.
But this is one of the pieces they sold. This piece sells for about $1,200 now. It was sold for about $300 in the store new when it came out, but it was only out for a year because it was for that Girl of the Year.
She totally gets me. We're friends for all time. My American Girl. Hey, watch us.
The new My American Girl doll is
Sporty, funny, creative.
This is all my childhood dolls, my actual ones. Like
These are
this,
your actual.
1983, Loving You Barbie. That's when I stopped playing Barbie. We do the math at how old I am. But this was the last year I was 11, and I was getting a little old to be playing Barbie, so I finally packed them away. But this is her. But these are all like growing up Skipper. These are my 10th birthday party. I got Happy Birthday Barbie. Star, which is a Mattel.
Very
like
very uncommon too.
And all my miniature strawberry shortcakes from when I was little. The ones that smell, I love them.
Shrek, you dirty dog.
Wait, like this is the mystery room.
Ricky, have you pocketed anything yet in your pockets?
Dude, I got
I put an American Girl doll on my back.
That's
what I have.
This is the kitchen?
This is the kitchen.
This is a bitchin' kitchen.
Right now we have advent calendars going on because we're very into advent calendars. So everyone in the family can see Back to the Future. Austin has his coffee one. I have my American Girl advent calendar, and Josie has our Littlest Pet Shop. So we always do advent calendars. We're big on counting down to the holidays.
You officially know you are in a collecting house when you see collectibles and vintage stuff all over the kitchen. I mean, they are making the most of every space possible.
These here are all, besides just the Back to the Future books, he
Yeah.
has published all these books as well.
That's cool.
This is a book series. It's very much like Harry Potter, only in a steampunk world. You know, young love, flying trains.
Wow, even in the kitchen.
Even in the kitchen,
Even in the
bits
kitchen.
and pieces of Jeff's collection. He likes all the helmets. Whenever he can find them out at the swap meet, he gets them.
So Jeff was in here showing us just some like really cool, like weird art pieces and art stuff. And I perked a little bit when I saw this because it's Simpsons. And I've seen the poster of this before. Funny enough, your dad had this poster on his back door his entire life. But this is more than the poster. What is this? Explain this. It's number 325 of 500.
This was given to people who worked on the show.
I need to point this out. The poster of this, just like the poster you could buy back in the day at like a Target or a Walmart or whatever it is, right now currently, just the straight up random posters that you got back in the day, those are worth well over $100 these days. So let's continue with this story, but keep that in mind.
Because they didn't think anybody would know all the characters, they'd give you a key to all the characters. And this was produced, like you said, as a poster, like for regular purchase,
Yeah.
but not a numbered.
Well, and you can feel
matted
too,
print.
it's not poster, it's
Yeah.
it's cardstock with a limited edition 20th Century Fox on the bottom. And you can feel it's like thick
Yeah.
cardstock,
It's not cheap.
like, the Walmart printout. So Jeff ended up wanting $100 for this, and that is exactly what I paid him. I said, sure, that sounds great. In my opinion, this thing has to be worth way more than that. Keeping in mind with what we said earlier with the price of even just the ones from back in the day that were easily available to anybody, I can't imagine what someone who worked on the show, a limited amount of these on nice thick stock paper with envelopes, the price on this for Simpsons collectors could be crazy. And I will say, I looked for it online, none available.
Sick? No. I think the show is very good-natured, ultimately. I think we dance on the edge of dark humor, but the show isn't mean-spirited at all. And I think people can laugh at The Simpsons because they recognize themselves. But The Simpsons are an extreme. They're a cartoon. They're kind of grotesque looking.
Have you ever seen a kung fu movie? Oh, just like that.
No, it's fine. So apparently you have another room. Maybe we'll come back for it because you said it's not show ready right now.
Yeah, I have a garage. I mean, everybody has a garage, but mine is just cram with all the stuff that doesn't fit on these shelves. I've been collecting since I was 7, so I just have boxes and boxes of action figures, play sets, you name it.
Are we able
A little bit of movie props even.
Are we able to come back for some of that?
Yeah, someday,
take a peek. Keep the people waiting.
Someday. Sequel.
What a wonderful family. One of my favorite things that I didn't realize until later on in the day was that when we were going into each room, we weren't like, oh, hey, will you come talk about this? Will you come talk about this? Each family member positioned themselves right in front of the camera when they knew it was time for their room. They are not just collectors, they are proud collectors of each of their rooms, which is so cool. You see the love and the passion in every room and the earnest and eagerness and the desire to speak about their collections to the world so they can get a grasp on what they collect and why. Thank you for letting us into your guys' house. I mean, you guys are probably one of the most unique, cool families, honestly, that I've ever met. Like, I've never gone into somebody's home and felt like such a cool presence of collecting in like every single room and place.
Well, normally it's like one person collects and everybody tolerates it.
Yes.
But everybody here collects, so it can be a little overwhelming. But that's good. It's good to be overwhelmed.
Besides your stuff, which of your family members has the coolest stuff?
I can't answer that.
You can.
I can't answer that, Shrek. I can't answer that.
Oh, yes! Yes, yes!